This is the last day in Tokyo, but before leaving, I want to give you guys a tour of an Airbnb in Shinjuku. Right at the entrance, we see the sink and the extreme small cooking area right on the left side. Now straight ahead on the left, we see the door to the washroom, and this is an extreme small washroom with a toilet and a sink, bathtub and a shower. This feels very plasticky and extremely small. I can't imagine a bigger dude using this washroom because I'm a small dude and I find it already extremely small. And here is the remainder of the whole entire bachelor unit. In my opinion, this is probably less than 200 square feet for the entire room. And the benefit of the small room is that this air conditioning can cool down the room within 5 minutes. And most of the time, after 9 minutes, we usually have to shut it off because it's just simply too cold. Now, this is a huge bed that sleeps two and basically takes the whole entire back of the room. And you do have a window with a curtain, and on the other side now you see the sofa bed that can extend and become a bed that can sleep two. So if you are a family of 3 or 4, this could be an option for you. Mind you, if you do extend the bed, there will be an extreme narrow hallway to walk with. If you are curious, this is how it looks for an Airbnb in Shinjuku that could cost about $200 per night Canadian during my stay in April. We are now at the station where we can take the bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka. This is sort of like a food court that has a variety of food to take to the train. Here we have some sushi to go. On the other side, there are a huge variety of savory and dessert sandwiches. The Japanese take pride in making good sandwiches. In this shelf, you see some cold noodles. And here, more variety of goods. More bento boxes. And we have variety of curry, chicken, and pork. And we have a lot more sushi everywhere. It was a mission to find the bullet train entrance, but we are finally here. This will be a train ride from Tokyo to Osaka, and it is approximately 2.5 hours. Osaka, let's go. Where are we going, Ambi?
Osaka.
To Osaka.
Japan. What?
Let's start taking the food that we just bought from the food court. I got the curry chicken, and here's another bento box with a variety of stuff, and a dessert sandwich, and some coffee on the go. Finally arrived in Osaka, and I don't feel too tired, and I felt that it went pretty quick. However, we need to carry the luggage all the way to the hotel. Waiting for the elevator is part of the journey. My first impression of Osaka is that it has way fewer people compared to Tokyo. The station looks less busy, and I can already feel more relaxed and have a different vibe. I don't know if you can tell, the number of people is so much lesser compared to Tokyo, and I can already feel less stressed. No exception that the subway was also very quiet, and I felt the train was wider. I'm not sure if that is true. Now, within distance of the hotel, you can immediately notice that the streets are much bigger and have fewer people compared to Tokyo. I'm quite enjoying the new atmosphere, and definitely there's not one better than the other, but I'm glad that you could get different experiences. Similarly, the streets are clean, and along the way there are some interesting buildings with interesting designs. Finally arrived at the hotel in Osaka, Homachi. If I remember correctly, it is about 30 minutes from the train station. It wasn't a huge hotel lobby, but I found it relatively new and modern. I have a good experience so far. Well, before I tell you what went wrong here, we obviously are quite tired because we went to a wrong floor in 12 instead of 14th floor. Yes, finally we got the right floor and the right room. Let's get in. Right at the entrance, we see that it is a way better situation compared to the Airbnb in Tokyo, and this is a relatively newer hotel in Osaka. Although the room wasn't much bigger, obviously this is a much more modern and nicer environment with 3 beds, which is pretty hard to find. Now to the main feature and major upgrade from the Airbnb in Tokyo is the washroom. Look at how big it is, and the toilet is just simply amazing. And here we have a bathtub and also the shower area with good amount of space. The air conditioner also works as great, and it is actually pretty cold. The space we get actually is much bigger than the Airbnb we had in Tokyo. Right outside this floor, there is a breakfast area, but we never find it open. Now let's take a walk on our first day in Osaka. Look at it. It is a beautiful day. Our plan is to take the subway to Dotonbori, which is the biggest tourist attraction and where all the street foods are famous. Let's explore it together, and remember that this serves me like a video journal, and I hope you enjoy the vlog. This is all shot with a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and in case you are curious, it was shot with a D-Log-M profile. It does need to be color graded a little, but I think it is worth it. Subway in Osaka is not as complicated compared to Tokyo, and it is way calmer and does not feel as pressure. In my opinion, the subway in Osaka is so much simpler since they don't have as many lines as in Tokyo. Locating a destination is much more straightforward. This is what a real estate brokerage in Japan looks like, and I was curious since I am a real estate agent in my hometown. As you can see, there are plenty of good-looking restaurants along the way. "7-Eleven is almost every corner in Osaka, so is Lawson and Family Mart. Starbucks in Osaka are usually huge with a lot of seats. They look way better than in my hometown in Toronto. The little shops on the street are quite unique, and that donut shop looks quite interesting. As we enter the street, it is more colorful and there are far more people as we get closer to Dotonbori. A little bar like this with a patio outside looks so chill. Look at those kawaii style shops. This must be a popular little shop run by this old couple. As we get closer to Dotonbori, there are far more people and tourists. There are many unique restaurants and shops. I believe we are on Shinsaibashi Suji Shopping Street. And right here is a huge shopping center called Shinsaibashi Big Step. The street here is simply colorful and interesting. There are also many big brand flagship stores such as Burberry, Nike, Dunhill, and Celine in Osaka. We have continuation of big brands including Boss, Prada, Louis Vuitton, etc. There were also numerous themed restaurants such as this one, an aquarium restaurant. Yes, I finally arrived at the main tourist attraction in Dotonbori. Of course, it is an extremely popular destination and we can't help but find a spot to take pictures in the iconic river and the running man in the poster behind. This iconic running man is from a food company named Glico. A little spoiler, we made a trip to the factory to learn about the history of Glico, and my daughter found it very interesting. I would suspect any advertising made on this billboard would be quite expensive, but it is one of the most eye-catching spots for any advertisement. There is also a Dotonbori River cruise, which is a mini cruise along Dotonbori that lasts 20 minutes. It has a regular fee of 900 yen. Look at the crowd. Now this is busy with tons of tourists and we will be spending the night here. Osaka is known for this area for food on the street. Each shop has interesting decoration and unique designs, especially on the top with outstanding figures to draw attention. Look at the huge crab on top, for example, and interesting food concepts are all over the street. As we get deeper, the tourist crowd is quite overwhelming. Street food is all over the place. Usually shops on the street level are much more expensive than those that are located on the upper floor. But logically, it makes sense. Look at how colorful the street is, even in broad daylight. I would have imagined that it is much more vibrant at night with all these lights. Look at this huge takoyaki on top of the store. That definitely yelled at me for attention. I'm guessing we also have to try some takoyaki as well. After all, we are tourists too. For sure, it was a hard choice because there are simply too many. I guess this big octopus would be our choice. Also mainly because they offer seats in the upper floor. Let's dig in. This is my first time tasting the takoyaki in Japan, and it is different from other countries that I try. For instance, it is different from China or Canada. It is somewhat more mushy and soft, but I wouldn't say it is exceptionally good, but okay. Yes, more gashapon chops, and if you are an anime or manga fan, you won't be disappointed. Here we have some interesting design. Looking back, I kind of regret not getting some of these figures. As the night approaches, I see more and more people in Dotonbori. Now looking at the footage, I wonder what kind of food or snack are these? Now we spotted a Chinese food restaurant that is quite popular here. We are suckers for these gashapon machines, and honestly speaking, these are just simply money eaters. They even have karaoke on the strip. Apparently, these sewers covers are hard to find in Japan, and they are somewhat special. Now we are just heading north of Dotonbori, where the main shopping strip is. Let's take a look. There are plenty of shoe stores in the strip, and I regret not getting the shoes already. It was too late and I can't find these anywhere in Toronto. Unfortunately, this dessert tastes just like a regular Chinese black sesame ball, which disappointed me because I had expected to be something more interesting. Look at this crowd at the Japanese sportwear brand Onitsuka Tiger. Apparently, they are pretty popular with tourists, and my wife is also a fan. The night is beautiful at Dotonbori, and I'm loving the Osmo Pocket 3 performance at night, especially with the black mist filter. The crowd is way bigger compared to this afternoon, and the lights are so colorful and bright. I love the atmosphere, and it wasn't really that hot at night. After many nights of ramen and Japanese food, we decided to try the Vietnamese noodle in Osaka. What convinced us to try is that the restaurant seems to be all legit Vietnamese. It looks like all servers and owners speak Vietnamese, and most of the customers also speak Vietnamese. I guess this should be very original. After a little while, we finally got the seat and it was on the upper floor. It seems that there are fewer people here. This is pretty much our go-to drink in Japan. The Vietnamese noodle was okay, but I wouldn't call it the best Toronto fare standard. However, it wasn't that bad. Time to go back and take a walk to the subway and back to the hotel, and more night scenes. I love the night walk in Osaka. On the way back, we saw a McDonald. Out of curiosity, we wanted to check out McDonald's in Japan and see what they offer. And we also wanted to compare the prices between Canada and Japan. The McDonald's delivery car looks so cute and awesome. The McNuggets for 490 yen, that is cheap. I guess that's complete our night, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.